Alright, back at it. MMA Quick Hits, the only MMA channel that fucking matters. Hey, there was like literally like 10 to 12 hitters that hit me, said, dude, you gotta cover this shit ASAP, bro. Sorry I didn't cover it right away, but I just woke up. It was like 11:40 in the morning, but I was up late as fuck, man, partying, bro. Johny Big Ribs Hendricks. Johny Big Ribs Hendricks misses weight once again, the third time in the last 4 fights. That's why I say this guy has an eating disorder, and it's not even a joke. It's not a joke. When something's interfering with you doing your job on a regular basis, and it's a part of your job, it's an eating disorder, motherfucker. How the fuck do you not make weight? You know why? Because this guy literally admitted, like, sometime I wake up at 2 in the morning and I eat some ice cream and I'm like, oh, I have to eat that. And then he says, sometimes, man, I'll just eat so much meat. I'm just in the mood to eat meat, and I'll just sit there and eat meat till I can't eat anymore, and then I'll go back for more. I was like, damn, it sounds like this motherfucker's talking about, like, he just sounds like a fucking addict of anything. I told you before, it's not about, you know, being addicted to drugs or alcohol. It's about the addictive personality. He's addicted to food. Now, it's funny to me because after being a lifetime wrestler, he still can't have any self-control. We're talking about a guy, I don't know if you guys saw the, I don't know if it was a countdown show, a documentary, or an embedded, but they did a interview with this guy's dad, and his dad was a hard ass. His dad was a hard ass, man. Hey, I will make him go outside, do it 50 times each side, and do it over if you mess up once. No, you're not coming in the house until you keep going. And I was like, damn, it's just like, you know, it sounds like his dad had an addictive personality, just in a different field, which was sports for his kids. I don't know if you have kids, brother and sister, but for Johny, you know, sometimes the parents are too hard on the kids trying to live through them. And sometimes the parents are like, hey man, my kid's not trying and I'm not gonna let him be a quitter, which is valid, but you have to learn how to fucking parent then. You need to go to fucking parenting class, because now this guy finds comfort in food apparently, and it could stem from his hard ass childhood. I don't know. But this is, all jokes aside, this is literally what I would do if he doesn't get fired. If I was Dana White, he would be fired right now. Because now, it's like, is he an asset? No, he's not an asset. He's not bringing in big numbers. He's not the biggest name. He's not the most entertaining fighter. He is not. He's been there, and he's done that. His fan following, that shit has dwindled. He would be fired if it was up to me. But if Dana White allows him to keep his job, if it was me and I was Johny Hendricks, I would say, hey guys, I want to fucking be hypnotized. I would try it. I would try fucking anything. I would try anything that could possibly help this. What do you want to go to Eaters Anonymous? Like, what else can you fucking do with this guy? Like, you want to do some audio tape where you're just driving around listening to, man, food's not that good, Johnny. It's not worth your career. It's not worth the 3 letters UFC. It's not worth the Reebok sponsorship. It's not worth your big ass getting a regular job like everybody else. It's not worth taking a major pay cut. It's not worth begging and pleading to go to Bellator or ONE FC or any of the smaller organizations when you are already at the biggest organization and you cannot control yourself. Yes, this is just as bad as John Jones's issues, excluding running into a pregnant woman because she was an innocent bystander. You know, John Jones' drug shit, he's never overdosed, he's not dead, he's still living and well, but it's stopping him from doing his job the same way that McRib is stopping Johny Hendricks from doing his fucking job. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, because now it's like, you can't put Johny Hendricks on pay-per-view because he might not make it. You can't book Johny Hendricks in a co-main event because he might not make it. And the funny thing is, it's like, when does the UFC learn their lesson now? You guys keep booking them. You keep booking them in big fights. You know, you can't be mad at a guy. Hey, you can't be mad at a guy. They always say, some people, if you give them enough rope, they will hang themselves. All these fucking philosophies are true. They came from somewhere. Johny Hendricks is a guy that cannot work out hard and just go home and go to sleep. Needs to sit around. Needs to be munching. Needs to be fucking snacking. And I'll be honest with you, I'm addicted to ice cream. So when it's that time of the year, when it's time to get in shape, I don't buy that shit. I don't want it in the freezer. I don't want that shit near me. I'm not really got it like chocolate, but I'm just saying, like, sometime, man, when you're fucking starving for some fucking sugar, I'm like, dude, give me a fucking Snicker. Why wait? Why fucking wait? But I don't keep that shit in the house because I know I will eat that shit. I know that I will. So what do I have? I have some diet soda, 0 calorie when I need that sugar fix. I have some sugar-free pudding. Hey, sugar-free Jello. I have Splenda, the sweetened shit. I have what else do I always have? I have 0 calorie Monsters. Like Johny Hendricks, it's not that fucking hard. It's not that fucking hard. This is a guy that even couldn't work with Mike Doce because he's too fucking strict. He's too strict. Man, come on, bro. I can't follow that fucking rule. This is the same guy that was caught sneaking McDonald's in the day before a wrestling tournament, and his coach said, "What the fuck are you doing with McDonald's in your hand?" And he said, "Man, I had to tell my roommate, dude, you better say it's yours. I'll fuck you up. You better say that it's yours." And then his roommate said, "Oh, that's mine. He just brought it in for me." He's like, "Oh, okay," and walked away. And then Johny Hendricks sitting there eating 2 quarter pounders with cheese. Like, these are real stories. This is not a joke. Johny Hendricks. He's a fucking joke. He's a fucking joke at this point. How many times are we gonna hear sorry? How many times are we gonna hear it was a rough weight cut? And this is what I was saying before. You open up multiple weight classes for all the guys that are complaining about making weight. They're not gonna make weight at the next weight class because they don't have any self-discipline. These same guys are going to use that extra rope to hang themselves because they're going to say, oh, well, you know, Khabib, for example. Oh, at 155, it was really tough. You know, it was tough to cut the weight. But now since he has to make 165, he's going to be like, dude, I made 155 my entire career for the most part. Now I could wait even longer to start cutting weight to make 165. It's not rocket science. It's the individual. It's not the process. It's the individual, it's not the process. The top 1% of dickheads are not making weight. The rest of the roster is. It's not everybody else's problem. It's the individual. Johny Hendricks, man. Put the McRibs down. Put down the rack of ribs. Lose the name Big Ribs. Do what the fuck you gotta do. I don't know what else to say. Man, fuck it. It is what it is. Let me know what you think in the comments.